Hello everyone, it's Jubilant Rich and I'm coming with my coverage of my second visit to Warhammer World, where we had a kill team meetup, which was just it was wonderfully arranged by Mike's 40k. It's just a handle on the Twitters. Now, I will say, leading up to this whole thing, it's been months, right? One would think I would have another kill team already built up and painted to actually play at this, right? So it's excuses time. No. I started off wanting to do the Tyranids. Didn't get a White Dwarf team, alright? I just feel like they're a bit lacking now in their compendium format, especially since most people were running them as the 10 Gene Stealer team or 5 Gene Stealers, 3 Warriors. I'm pretty sure that most of the bespoke teams have definitely figured out how to kill them off by now. Plus also old Tyranid models. No. So yeah. So we move on, and I'm pretty sure that since then you've had fucking Nachman come out, Nachman, whatever. So you got your Corsairs and your Heretic. Oh, sorry, your Legionaries, right? Corsairs, fiddly as hell, just causing me anxiety to build them up. And then when it came to Legionaries, it's like, oh, what was that first going to do? I'm like, Sons of Malice and everything, but I thought, regardless of what I do, I'm either going to be completely uncompetitive, or because of course you're limited in the amount of specialists that you can use, and which are actually, yeah. And that's the thing that I feel is just becoming a bit of an issue with kill team in general. Is even if you do get your bespoke team of all those cool specialists and everything, they all just feel like they all play too similarly. Hay fever, by the way, so I'm a bit sniffly. Or most people will be taking the sort of same specialists because of the limited slots and stuff like that. So, long story short, whenever we got to Morok getting teased, I'll eventually put that little poster up there to fill that space. Yeah, basically, I was excited to play the Phobos guys just because I like that mark of armor. And I was even building them. I mean, like, you can see these 2 red guys right here, Phobos Marines, right? I was getting them built up, trying to do anything, and I thought I would have enough time to, once the Morok box arrived, to get all the bits for the upgrades done, and then, have everything ready and painted for thingy. So, like an idiot, I decided against it whenever I realised that there's just too many parts to clean up, because mold lines, no, not gonna happen, right? So I started working on the Trader Guard instead. And because, of course, I've got Blackstone Fortress as well, I would definitely be able to build the full 20-man roster, have all the options available to me. I even started making headway to actually painting all of the bodies for all the guys. The amount of time it took me to actually get the main bodies cleaned up and assembled was definitely less time than it took me to get Marines done. Funnily enough, which is really weird to me. And then when I started painting them in the scheme which I'm going for, which is basically white trousers, purple coats, black armor, maybe some sort of bright pink details on the black armor to make that black armor stand out a wee bit more from the really darkish purple which they got going on with the coats. Anyway, obviously Slaanesh themed, yeah. But yeah, I've started working on them, and I know that I will finish these guys, right? And so the bottom line here is that I ended up playing Gene Stealer Cults from the Compendium again. And with those, I actually started trying to at least finish off the paint job that I'd already done previously whenever I was taking these guys to Warhammer World, which was just a really slapdash job. But I didn't even finish that. So, long story short, wow, I really suck at getting kill scenes together. If I had this many months, and I couldn't go, I don't know if it was because of the whole hobby jadedness thing or what, but it shouldn't have happened. I think it's probably just because I was just chopping and changing and flip flopping too much. I'm gonna chalk it up to simply, I don't have my Tyranid kill team yet. Where's my bespoke Tyranid kill team? But anyway, that's a whine and a rant for never, because I try not to whine and rant. Try not to whine too much on my channel. So yeah. So how did my games go with the team I actually played in the end? So first game was against Toby. We all know him. We all love him. By which I mean you've seen him once in one of my videos. And he was playing the Legionaries kill team, which I actually was kind of a bit terrified to fight, because I know that they can do the Lord's work. But I still beat him. So that's the end of that story. But then I faced off for the very first time against Commandos, played by one little gentleman named Alex. Hate them. Absolutely hate them. They're not Alex, I mean the Commandos, because a lot of the stuff that people have said makes them competitive. I mean, like Just a Scratch, for example. That's just stupid. Like, I mean, like, I know that the companion teams have some stupid shit going on. Not companion, sorry. Bespoke teams have some stupid shit going on. But that's just too stupid. Like, at first I think I was thinking, because I never really looked into Commandos too much. I used to, I guess I thought that it was like you can ignore like a normal damage dice. No, it's just a damage dice. It's like, alright, cool. So this 7 wounds that I've inflicted upon you with my awesome crits, or well, one in my awesome crits from one of my heavy rock weapons. Oh, that's just, it's just a scratch. And like, oh yeah, that makes sense. But anyway, so I hate them. So I won't play them. Like they're good to the point where that makes me not want to play them. It's a bit like with certain other specialist teams. It's like if I hear that they're doing so well straight off the bat, right? So for example, you know, Commandos were already good like from the start, okay? Whereas Veteran Guard, they had to take time for people to figure them out to get to the, we only take 14 models, so you never go the artillery barrages or whatever the stuff, right? So I could see myself playing Veteran Guard, not Krieg, probably Cadians or something, but I couldn't see myself playing Commandos. I got some Commandos in there because I had them kept back from Octorius because I heard that they were actually good. Now I know they're too good. Don't want to play them. So I'm probably going to sell them off at some point. Yeah. Yeah. So that was the second game. I'm actually going to show you here what the board state was. So as you can see on this board, the setup is for secure Archaeotech. And we actually went with something a bit different for this edition of Kill Team, where we had the Deathworld Forest. And we had a little bit of the Hab stuff from the old, or is it actually from new? But it's either way, it's just from the Sector Frontiers stuff, right? The keywords we decided to use for areas of forest terrain were heavy and traversable. Traversable, not so much to represent you having to climb over them, but more like just like having to, essentially like difficult terrain. Like you slow down a bit by trying to move through such dense terrain, right? And obviously heavy because big fucking, you know, vegetation basically. Yeah. Now there was no vantage points at all on the table. I don't know if that was maybe what might have been part of why I failed hardcore in this particular game, or if it was just simply that I was playing against commandos. I would like to argue it was maybe a mix of the two. But yeah, everything that the commandos could do, they did do. And yeah, I don't think it could have went any differently even if I tried harder. So yeah. So my next game was against Tom of Moose Minis, and he was playing the Veteran Guard. There's a theme here. So yeah, with that, I lost by, I think, 1 point. They were saying some other stuff about some other potential victory points that they could have got by sort of tune up, because they'd won. I don't care. The game itself, as you'll see in the board state, and this time you'll actually see the miniatures on the board this time. So yeah, we were playing the loot and salvage mission, and with this one, it was a pretty lovely bloodbath. I remember the tac ops I ended up drawing were Interloper, Capture Hostage and Infiltrate, or whatever it was called, and Behind Enemy Lines. Now, I made my Acolyte hybrid warrior who was carrying a demolition charge. I made him the Interloper. I feel like that I would have I could have made a better choice. I think I probably should have made one of the neophyte troopers the Interloper or what have you, because I feel like the neophyte troopers pretty much did more work in terms of like making sure that objectives were. I mean, of course, that's how you meant to do it anyway. I feel like they did more work in terms of actually getting me points than a lot of my heavier hitters. One particular annoying thing in the game was whenever, I think it was my heavy rock. It was either my heavy rock drill or my heavy rock cutter. Basically, because I usually take the heavy mining rigs or mining tool rigs, whatever the hell they're called, for relentless on my fighters, right? I rolled the standard full dice and got, I think, 2 2s and 2 1s. So I was like, whatever, I'm going to re-roll relentless. I'm probably going to get at least 1 6s, aren't I? And I rolled 2 2s and 2 1s in my re-roll, and I was extremely gutted. I don't know whether that was what might have cost me the game or not. I'm gonna, just for the sake of my pride, I'm gonna say that's exactly what it was. But no, I mean, at the end of the day, I was facing 14-man Vet Guard. I know that they're pretty much top tier at the moment, but I did kill 10 of his dudes. I know that that's killing killing a bunch of dudes doesn't mean crap compared to victory points, but I took that moral victory. Yeah, I mean, it got to the point where I knew I was not going to beat him on points, and I'm just gonna. This is my last game of the time I'm here, because of course Toby was getting a bit tired and he was my lift back, and I was like, I don't just want to stop and concede. Screw that shit. I'm gonna do spike moves. So one of my last 2 operatives on the table, I did like think charged. No, I just sort of moved up to where I could see some of his concealed operatives, fired a frag grenade, which managed to, of course, hit one of the guys who I could draw a line of sight on, and obviously the other one who I couldn't, and didn't really do much. But then this guy, I think he charged me with one of the guys who I shot with a frag grenade, and I think I won that actual combat. So that was interesting. But yeah, either way, I like I say, I'd already lost by this point, and then of course by the end of the turning point, all I could do was say I've done good game. So yeah, Tom, I do mean that from the bottom of my heart. Good game. It was a nice, very close game, and it it was also fun to actually play against the Vet Guard for the second time, but with a team that wasn't just five friggin' Marines. You know, if anyone remembers any of my tournament recaps, yeah, I first went against 14-man Vet Guard with my Death Watch, which were only five guys at the time, kill team. So you can imagine how that went. But yeah, this was at least a lot more enjoyable than that particular game. So yeah, all in all, despite only having like 3 games this time, I think it was probably much the same last time. I can't remember. Yeah, very enjoyable visit to Warhammer World. It was nice to actually see 1 or 2 new faces, especially Jim. Top lad. I didn't get to face him in a game, unfortunately, and it would have been nice to actually have fought against him, because then I could actually have some insight into how the Trader Guard are going to perform, at least versus me. Because whenever he was against some other guys, well, they were playing more higher tier teams, so I don't know how I could really glean much. But from the sounds of what he's telling me with some of his operatives, the more specialist ones at least, I think I'm going to enjoy them. I can say that much. So stay tuned for some updates on the Trader Guard and what I'm actually going to do with him. Oh yeah, I even met John from Kenny Roll Crit. Taller than I expected. I don't know why I got such a height fixation, but like, yeah, taller than I expected, and yeah, at first we didn't recognize him. Like, not gonna lie, it was the masks are becoming a thing of the past, and John was in one, which is fair play to him. You know, safety first. And God, I feel bad not even wearing a mask nowadays. Whenever, because this is a story for another day. Don't worry, I'm not one of those crazy assholes. You know, I genuinely believe it is still a clear and present danger. But I suppose I've just, on account of my current workplace, just become a little bit more accustomed to not masking up. So I'm very sorry if I'm irresponsible. If someone catches COVID, or if I catch COVID within the next few days on account of my visit to Warhammer World, then I'm very, very sorry. I mean, up from the bottom of my heart, like, you know, so far, like, knock on wood, I've been to events not masked up and been fine, but this might be the end of my luck. We'll see. But yeah, that's a bit of a downer note, so I'm not going to finish on that. I'll finish on the note of, yes, like I say, stay tuned for the progress on Trader Guard. I think I mentioned before that I hadn't played any games of Kill Team before today, except at my last visit to Warhammer World. I hope to change that. Me and Toby, we're now gonna focus more. Now that he's actually got his legionaries all painted up and everything, I think he's liking them. I think he's liking them, and I want to get my Trader Guard, or blooded, whatever you want to call them, all done and dusted, and then have some games with those. Mostly to give Toby a bit of a break, because I think he really hates fighting against my Gene Stealer Cultists, because I played him like Gene Stealer Cultists. Like, you're not going to hit him unless I want you to hit him, basically. So, yeah. Yeah, so that's it. Yeah. Anyway, thank you very much for tuning in, guys. I thank everyone who I saw at Warhammer World for being welcoming and fun guys to interact with, fun guys and girls. And, like, basically, oh, that reminds me. Oh, yes. Oh, well, there was actually another relatively new player to the game, Anna Green Gables. And I think I offered to give her a bit of a intro game, but of course, like, someone else was going to show her the ropes beforehand, so I thought, okay, I'll just catch up with her later. But I just completely lost sight of it, and Annie, I'm very sorry. I hope if you saw me sort of like playing with somebody else after the fact, that it didn't seem like I was neglecting you. No, it was not the case at all. You vanished. I'm very sorry about that. But yes, again, I'm very, yeah. So that's that. Sorry. And, yeah. So anyway, like I say, thank everyone for at Warhammer World for being top people. Yeah. And thank everyone here for tuning in. Please hit like, please hit subscribe, please recommend me to your friends, ring the bell, all the usual stuff. Alright, and I will come back to you with another Kill Team video at some point soon, hopefully with some of my progress on the Trader Guard. Forget Elden Ring. None of you care about Elden Ring, alright? You care about Kill Team, as I've seen by the numbers. So, forget Elden Ring, alright? I've already started playing a samurai, which I'm just doing off camera, and I don't care anymore about Elden Ring on stream, because it felt like too much work for little, I don't want to say reward, but I suppose it is a reward for whenever people actually tune into the content that I fucking take time to make. But yeah, anyway. I'm not blaming you guys. I get it. You know, most of you, I assume, subscribed because I was the Kill Team guy. Whenever you see that I'm becoming the Elden Ring guy, it's like, why am I watching him? Like, seriously. But yeah, so anyway, like I say, ring the bell, subscribe, everything. Right. Thank you very much. Peace out, and I'll see you at the next one. Goodbye.